Hawthorn and Sydney are on the cutting edge of sustained success. Designed for brutal, relentless pressure football.
Oh, carried by Hanbury.
Sparked by two coaches cut from the same cloth.
It's a dead set, massive moment.
Reinforced by the most honourable and trustworthy of materials. Premierships haven't just been flashes in the pan.
What a team. That culture, the blood.
These two football clubs are etched into the fabric of our game.
It's a main event in any stadium in the world.
With 5 of the past 10 flags having burned red and white or brown and gold, tonight the Hawks and Swans light up the MCG once more.
Cometh the moment, cometh the champion.
The first time since grand final day last year.
The best team of the modern era produces its masterpiece.
The agony and ecstasy of that day still burning bright.
They've never been better than this.
This is Saturday Night Footy.
Well, you should be fired up after seeing that. Two great teams, extremely competitive. May even play in the grand final later in the year. Certainly going to finish top 4. Great night for footy in Melbourne. And as I said, two top teams. We've got all of the stars, some of the best stars in the competition. Luke Darcy, Matthew Richardson and Cameron Ling as Jared McVeigh in game 251 walks to the middle to toss the coin here. Looks like Ben Stratton, I think, in game 100 for him.
We've got Alicia doing the toss for us tonight. Alicia? Yes, you're going to have the call. Gary's the visitor. Over to you, Alicia. Call is. Enters the call, and it's a tail.
So right of screen, the Hawks to the city end. Ground is filling. Going to have 60 plus in the house tonight, Richo.
Oh, absolutely. Who wouldn't want to come to the MCG on a Saturday night to watch the grand final rematch? I can't wait for tonight. I just want to see a little bit more out of the Sydney forward line, because to beat this Hawthorn team, you need to score heavily, because you know they will. They're never out of the game because they score so quickly and have so many avenues to goal. The Swans' attack is a little bit down this year. 88 points a game. They're going to have to hit the scoreboard tonight. Tippett needs to have a big night.
Cameron Ling is downstairs. Lingy, just the vibe, a few thoughts on the game and just the vibe and the intensity that you feel down there near the bench.
Well, you can feel it here. The crowd's building up very nicely. They know the opening bounce, the opening minute, the opening few contests are going to be huge. Sydney, they were beaten up this last time they played against this team at the MCG on grand final day. They will want to respond. How they respond is going to be the intriguing bit. Do they go the over-physical, almost cheap shot, wrestles off the ball, that sort of stuff, or is it just 100% commitment at the footy and at their Hawthorn opponents to put pressure on? I think it's going to be the latter. I think they're going to respond in a really fierce way, but in a really positive, constructive way. I'm expecting this Sydney team to make a huge statement in this opening few minutes.
Das, what's the battle you really want to see tonight?
I tell you what, I'm really interested in Buddy Franklin tonight. It's a proud man there, stung by the grand final. I think he might respond in fine style tonight.
Ready to go. Mike Pike, Segler, battle in the middle. It'll be on here. Make sure you stay with us all the way. There's going to be a lot of niggle, a lot of great footy. And there'll be no give from either side.
So Frawley has gone to Franklin, and Brian Lake in his return game lines up on Tippett.
Umpires tonight, Meredith, Pennell and McInerney, 3 very experienced umpires. Up they go forward, no opportunity there. Here's Birchall. Looking in game 201, didn't have it.
Hawthorn, Birchall. Here and just here.
200 last week, of course. And here is Birchall, wide. Back into the side. Norm Smith medalist of 2013, Lake. Looking for his buddy Gibson, but didn't quite have the length on the kick as Hanbury cut it off.
And a bit happening off the ball. Just saw Buddy run past Mitchell. Here comes Rampy, though. Swans will go inside 50. Look at the leg speed of Rowan. He'll get there. He was too quick for Sean Burgoyne. Burnt him off with genuine leg speed and a chance for the Swans to kick the first goal.
Yeah, that turnover really, here we have a look at this little bit of byplay here between Mitchell and Buddy, nothing in that. But that turnover hurt on the wing to Hanbury because they'd really run hard the Hawks forward. And they then had numbers behind the footy, the Swans.
This man just had 7 touches in the grand final. He will want a big game tonight. Gary Rowan, that is a great start. The Swans kicked the first goal.
So the great reaction there from Gary Rowan. First goal in the first minute of the game, Cameron Ling.
Great start by the Swans. Sam Mitchell, so important to the Hawks. He's matched up on Josh Kennedy there, but after this centre bounce, Ben McGlynn will go straight to him. McGlynn did the job on Selwood last week. Mitchell, 33 touches in last year's grand final. They know that's where it gets started for the Hawks.
McGlynn, former Hawk himself. Jack going forward, Tippett there. Too high, says the umpire. Kirk Tippett gets the free. Gibson disappointed.
Well, that's the height difference, pure and simple there. He's 200 centimetres. He had great position, and there's nothing Gibson can do.
It's a bit stiff on first replay, just a faint touch of the shoulder.
Yeah, not much in it.
Just a momentary touch.
You get front position as a key forward now, and you launch at the footy. You're going to get free kicks.
This will be a really impressive start from Sydney. Virtually no wind here tonight. The flags lie limp. Tippett is on song early. Sydney have got 2 and 2. So big job there, Brian Lake. Kirk Tippett has led out strongly then and led Gibson to the footy. I guess if you're him, you've got to play in front in that contest, I'd reckon.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure what happened there, Gibson getting caught out on Tippett, because the original matchup was Lake.
It's Mitchell. He drives the Hawks inside 50. Nick Smith dropped one he probably should have taken. Segler gets involved. Got a tall forward set up at the moment. Here comes Gunston. Handball at a little too much height on it for Isaac Smith. Now Parker, he gets back. Good tackle applied on him by Hale. McVeigh wrapped up. And Sean Makers.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Let it up.
He kicked the first goal last week for the Hawks as a forward. And Lingy, that matchup we're going to see a fair bit of tonight. McGlynn, genuine tag on Mitchell.
That sort of stuff you just saw then is happening everywhere on this field at the moment off the footy. Unfortunately, we can't squeeze it all in, but it is everywhere. Gibson and Rowan go at it. He'll need to knock it out. He does. Hill confronted by a real urgent Sydney Swans at the moment. They are banging, they're pushing, they're shoving, they're winning the footy at the moment, and they're taking it right up to the Hawks.
And BT, that happened directly in front of me, and Buddy Franklin hit with real intensity there. He is fired up. You can see the look on his face. He's going to make body contact with his Hawthorn opponents every chance he gets.
Langford there, he had real urgency last year. I'm not sure he's reached that this year just yet, but there's what Lingy's talking about.
Yeah, he's always plays like that, Franklin. He's a really good tackler for a forward. At that stoppage inside Hawthorn's forward 50, Franklin was all the way down inside the Swans' defensive 50. I'll tell you what, for all he's going to cover some miles tonight on Buddy.
This has got great intensity about it. Every contest, every tackle has got some feeling about it. Look at Cyril out the back, the leg speed. Can he get past Grundy, pick up and kick in the one motion? A little genius. Wow, it looked good.
It just wouldn't quite grip and turn, would it?
Might have had a bit of dew on the grass, Richo. I reckon he had the perfect angle. He just couldn't quite get it to grip. There it is. Home for all money.
Normally they turn back in at right angles there.
And make no mistake, deliberate, absolutely practices it all the time. A lot of them do.
Oh, there. Play on.
Gunston went too low and too hard. Sydney players everywhere. Here's Ted, says, get out of my way. This is my ball. Got it into the middle in there, and there's a contest won by Frawley.
Thanks, Lance. Hold there. Play on.
Against Buddy Franklin. Hill now. Got the player out here, so there's an opportunity with Shields to keep going forward. Thought about Puopolo wide. Was a little too wide for Shields. Now to Hill. Hill will get a penetrating deep kick, top of the square. Danger here for the Sydney defenders. Up goes Laidler off hands. Here's McVeigh under Rioli pressure, and he looks menacing, Rioli.
This is what the Hawks are the best in the competition at doing, maintaining possession inside their forward half of the ground. They're number one in the AFL for doing it again in 2015. They set up so well. And again here, they have got first hands on the footy. Mitchell out to Hill. He wants to centre this one. He had a target in mind. It was Gunston. Reid did pretty well to get involved. Now Showen Makers. Rampy had hold of him. No free kick doing. He might have an issue now. And eventually the umpire says, give it to me.
Really unselfish by Brad Hill, but I reckon he was within his rights there to have a shot at goal.
Reid doing well in that one-on-one contest as well. Richards, McVeigh has been under pressure every time he's got it tonight. There's Isaac Smith quickly back in the sides. Shields with a high up and under. Grundy goes at the foot. He couldn't hold the mark. Mitchell smacks in. Kennedy there as well. Laidler fast hands. Good play, Sydney. Extraction now in Rampy's hands. Goes with a low footy. Got the run here, McGlynn. The wee man, if he can pick it up, he has. Nothing on, so he retreats. Great composure from Ben McGlynn. Now Hanbury. Left foot Hoiker. Rowan's got good body position. Here's the dangerous Adam Gorge running onto a footy, looks back for support, got it from Rowan. Brilliant play, Gary Rowan. Parker has marked.
Gee, Ben McGlynn, he could have been given the ball then by Parker. He has run so hard. He's not happy. He did run a long way to create a little bit of space inside 50, but the way this man played last week, why wouldn't he have a shot?
Has been in the form of his life, Richo, for 3 straight Sydney goals. That one won't get it done. But he has been in good form.
Had 30 possessions and 5 goals last week, and since 2011, there's only been 5 players in the comp that have done that.
One of the best midfield games we've ever seen last week from Luke Parker. Look at Bradley Hill. This is what he does as well as anyone in the competition. He takes the game on. Puopolo in front of Nick Smith, an All-Australian last year. Smith to Isaac Smith. He's an elite runner as well. Show makers competing with Laidler. Laidler won the day. Though Shaw under pressure. Handball a bit too hot for Grundy. Bruce tripped over. If he hadn't, Kieran Jack was in all sorts. Clearing kick. Had Goods in his sides. Goods, well done, Will Langford.
Final interference. Final interference.
So the front-on interference, you heard the umpire. Thought he turned his body and gave it half a chance, but free kick was there.
Yeah, you just cannot make any contact front on now. They'll pay the free kick.
Lloyd. Kennedy. Round the corner, didn't need to be perfect. He wasn't. Only got to be a fraction off here tonight. Here's Lewis. Got to be good to make that kick. Reid did well, used his height. Now McVeigh once again attacked and mauled. Opportunity wide for Jeddah. Gee, they got some speed. Buddy Franklin, get the jukes out, Buddy. Tried it on the chest, recovers, not beyond him. Good smother the Hawks. Stratton, banging goes Shields. McVeigh again. Little one out for Jeddah. Buddy's feeling the contest as well. Gunston there. They're all there. Reid, tackle after tackle. Bump after bump.
Go through.
Great intensity, the crowd roaring. Sensational stuff from both of these sides.
How good is this game? It's got everything you'd want at the start. The Swans have come out and landed a couple of blows, and this great Hawthorn side starting to settle into the game.
What's their pressure? Hawthorn's disposal at the moment, efficiency is down, and that's what you've got to do to beat this team. You've got to force them into mistakes. They don't make many.
Birchall, one of the better kicks in the game, and he found Bruce, who got offshore. Wants to get it moving, left foot ball in the rough head direction. Grundy back with the flight. McVeigh went in and won a hard ball initially, pushing it back to Sharma.
That McVeigh win
almost had to be there. Let's have a look at the Franklin hit on Shields, and Buddy might have copped the head. You just see Buddy came off second best there, Richo.
A little bit of a head clash. He's up, he's okay.
Shields, a little fend off. He might have. He has.
Lloyd.
Well, the Swans are doing what they have to, Das. They're in the face of the Hawthorn team. They needed to make a fast start. They have. Hawthorn's efficiency is down. Oh, there's something else going on here now with Lewis.
Jeddah. Lewis and Jeddah are going hard at it. Few jumpies being thrown there. They like Lewis as a target at the moment. They're converging in big numbers. They want to hunt him. And they are going after him.
They've come from everywhere for that one, Bristle.
And they've brought a free kick up down the ground here.
Your kick here.
Oh, they're bringing it back, so it's going all the way back.
Jordan Lewis enjoying the confrontation and really being inspired by it, I get the feeling.
It's going all the way back, guys, but it's also being reversed. It's a Hawthorn ball here.
So it'll go to Sam Mitchell, I think. He plays on immediately. The leader, Roughhead's got it.
And they've got Ben McGlynn in their sights. I think McGlynn might have cleaned up Mitchell. He's got the tagging role. Lewis responded, and he is giving it to Ben McGlynn at the moment. Look at the verbal.
The mates, they used to be teammates. They used to be besties. And now they want to box his brains off. Benny in the firing line. Hanbury comes in. Spot fires everywhere as Roughhead lines up. Umpires don't know which way to look. Roughhead misses.
Well, it's going to be on between those two all night now. We'll keep an eye on that. Fascinating duel.
Ryan, thank you. Right on it.
Nick Smith has the footy. He's going to kick this one down the line. The safe option, Birchall. Laid a block on Goods out the back. I think Frawley's going to get to it first. He'll drive it back to the edge of 50. Rioli used the body and then went back athletically. Couldn't quite get clean possession. Bruce pickup was superb. Now to Mitchell. A lot of heat being applied on that man. The kick across the face. Gibson's got some time. Hasn't got anything he really likes, and then he got around Reece Shaw. Gibbo's eyeing off a goal. I don't think it'll get the journey. Piopolo with the one hand. Couldn't bring it in. So yet to kick a major, the Hawks. We've played nearly 13 minutes and yet to register a major score.
25 cameras here, and they've all got a skirmish in front of them. Yeah. And we still haven't got enough. It's amazing. Jack, halfback. Sydney just slowing things down here after a good early start for them on the scoreboard. Smith looks for the southern stand wing. Rioli has been up and about, although hasn't had any real pure possessions yet. His intensity's been great. So is Langford. Little quick handball out. Opportunity here for Hale, who came back in as a late change for Hawthorn last week.
Well, Gibbo's eyes lit up when he ran through 50 there, Brian. It would have been his first goal for the Hawks.
Mike Pike, Burgoyne there, you see coming over the top, and a new one-year deal penciled last week for Sean Burgoyne. And just 1 year at a time for here on, but he's a pretty good one-year man, isn't he?
Absolutely. It's not a bad way to go about it when you get into your 30s. It keeps you motivated to perform year in, year out, one-year deals.
Tell you what, there's a bit being said out there at the moment. We expected the Swans to come out with aggression, and that's exactly what they've done.
Thanks, Ben. Mark's here, Ben. Mark is here. Mark is here, please. Play on now.
Lewis gets it moving quickly. Roughhead did well to make sure that one came to ground. Piopolo out the back. Bruce runs by. Shaw just had to hack it to no one, and Lewis has got it. It's going to come back again.
It's that hot. It's that hot at the moment, Das. I'm telling you. Here's an opportunity for Sydney. Parker wanted to give and go. Choice was made not to go with him. In goes Tippett, using his head as a battering ram. Won't get a free kick that way anymore. Lloyd just got the kick away. Grundy's under real pressure. They're backing them up here. Laidler, look at the pressure from Hill. It'll come on Hanbury here to keep it in. And out of bounds, Cameron Ling.
Guys, there's a lot going on, as you said, but still a little bit of gamesmanship. Sammy Mitchell just having a bit of fun with Luke Parker off the ball. It's important now that Sydney still settle. Hawthorn are throwing lots at them. They're ahead in the scoreboard, Sydney. You sense Hawthorn are handling all the pressure stuff just a touch better at the moment.
Niggle, smarty pants stuff, whatever you want to call it, it's all on here tonight. Richards bangs in. Shields wrapped him up in the tackle. Here goes Smith. He took him on. Mitchell there as well.
Well, they're getting repeat inside 50s, Hawthorn. As you can see there, look at that, 9 of the last 10. But the Sydney defence is holding up. Only one mark inside 50 so far for Hawthorn. They take 16 a game. This is a good start by the Swans.
They're going to have to defend hard again here. Bruce did pretty well through the stoppage and then dropped it.
Advantage.
Ran into a brick wall in the name of Joey Kennedy, and now some good ball movement. That's a big kick from Richards. Had some risk about it. Rioli's the chaser. Rampy's a really good one-on-one player, but the cavalry arrived and the Hawks are going to win it through Birchall to Burgoyne. Gets around Buddy. Back to Cyril. He take Buddy on. Tackle from behind was strong. It was Rampy who came back. Did well now. Roughhead. Richards attacks him from behind. Stratton. Great tackle from Jack. And a big win there for the Swans.
Well, he has been winded, Reece Shaw. That was behind the play and off the footy.
Simon, you're in zone.
So be intriguing. Reece Shaw getting up very, very slowly. You can just seem to the right of your screen there. Short ball, Sydney just controlling the onslaught at the moment, as Richo mentioned. Lots of attacks forward for Hawthorn, but none of them eventuating on the scoreboard.
And this is the big challenge, because Hawthorn will keep coming. Eventually they'll start scoring. Can the Swans defence hold up?
Goods to McLean. You had the feeling Shields wanted to take his head off.
It's late. Paid the 50. Paid the 50.
Now, he's paid the 50. I want to know why. Other than a high tackle, it wasn't late. It's the same time that the ball arrives. Yes, he's given him a whack on the ear, but it's just a high free kick, isn't it?
Yeah, you pay the free kick. That's not 50 metres.
Oh, it's just
Why is it 50 metres?
Why is it 50?
It's a free kick or a mark, and you could have paid either one. It wasn't late, that's for sure, Brian.
Well, McLean, who has been targeted and is continuing to target, directly in front, and guess what? Sydney are out to a 16-point early lead.
Keep your eye on the middle of the screen. Roughhead comes in, he lays a block on Reece Shaw, took the wind out of Reece's sails, and a fair bit happening all over the MCG here. But the Swans have done all the scoring. They lead by 16 points. Jack been involved in a fair bit of it. Inside 50, Burgoyne and Parker. Overrunning the footy was Lloyd, and Jack came back in and followed up nicely. Back to Lloyd, well read by Mitchell, almost threw that out. Gibson to Lake, who's just finding his feet again. Coming back into the side, kick who's going to end up the lap of Hanbury to Gary Rowan. Inside 50, Tippett looks in the box seat here and had a fair piece of it, couldn't quite gather the mark. Kennedy will pick it up and kick a goal. It'll be the first 4 goals. Goods is going to kick it 4 in a row to the Sydney Swans.
Well, Sydney have been able to weather the storm of the last few minutes and just be so efficient every time they go inside forward 50. That's now 4 goals from only 7 entries inside 50. Up the other end, 0 from 11 inside 50s for the Hawks. Sydney right on top whenever they go forward.
Kennedy, Reid. 444 goals for Adam Goods. He joins a trio of Malcolm Blight, Robert Walls and Alex Jezelenko. There's not a medal that group don't have between them. The only one that those 3 don't have is the Australian of the Year. 444 for Adam Goods. 4 in a row for Sydney. 22-point advantage when it seems like Sydney are equaling them in most departments except the scoring department. There's Reid. Through some traffic. Smith was there. Got to start to put some score on here, the Hawks. Suckling. Round the corner, high footy. Grundy, the defender. Hale there as well. No winner there. Puopolo. Quick little flick. McVeigh been under extreme pressure tonight. Trying to find a way through. Langford. Missed Frawley with the handball. Got to go back and get it. Here comes Sydney again. Parker. Birchall gone. Goods got him. Did well to get foot to ball. And Reid very impressive. Now on to Parker. The quick exit of the ball out of there goes to Rowan. Rowan doing a good job. Stratton did well not to offend.
So it's to Lewis now. Back to Stratton. There was a poor handball from Lewis. Put it a metre behind Stratton. And they are just under the pump at the moment. They can't get scoreboard pressure, as BT said. Here come the Swans again. They're looking really dangerous when they get it forward to centre. McVeigh sold a little bit of candy. Short kick wasn't ideal. Beautiful pick up from Kennedy. Got it back in the direction of Mitchell. And now Mike Pike just tumbles it forward. It's a chaos ball. Through comes Buddy. Frawley wraps him up and he got one high, Buddy. Play on. Advantage. First 5 goals in the grand final replay go to Sydney.
Brian Lake, he saw, we know he's got issues. He's putting his hand up. That's not a good sign. He had the medial ligament over in Adelaide as we have another look here at McVeigh on Langford. There's plenty going on in this game. We'll slow that down. And she's got him a bit high across the chin there, Jared McVeigh. The ball was in the vicinity. But this is a fantastic start. It's just efficient play inside 50. Nothing spectacular about it. The last 2 goals have just come from contests and ground balls, and Tippett, he is on fire. He hasn't marked the footy, but he has competed hard. And he's won a couple of ground balls that have resulted in a goal for himself and one for Adam Goods just before.
Well, from Sydney, well, last year in the grand finals, they go forward again here. When Sydney kicked their 4th goal last year, Hawthorn already had 10 on the board. They've got 5 now, and Sydney haven't got one. Here's Stratton and an injury to Lake as well. We're going to check that out when we get a moment in this game. Isaac Smith dodging through. Low bullet to Rioli. Great kick. Rioli looks extremely lively down there at the moment. Long ball inside 50. Hale won't get to that. And Grundy defensively.
And that's not the ball that Hawthorn want to put inside 50. And it's just because of the pressure of this Swans team. They're not letting Hawthorn play the way that they want to. They don't want to bomb the ball in like that. They want to use precise skills and hit someone up on the lead.
What do you think about Lake, Lingy?
Well, he's ducked down the race to get checked out. He looked very sore, and as you guys saw, just called for himself to come off there. He was certain it didn't feel right at all.
Couldn't have scripted a more perfect start to the game for the Swans. They've kicked the first 5. They've been aggressive. They've been tough. Out to Puopolo. Now Bradley Hill. He wanted to centre it. Got a fingernail in the Swans' defence. Nick Smith did really well. Again, they're fighting hard. The Hawks. Hale on the bottom of the pack, hands and knees, trying to squeeze it out. And a throw, I think.
Segler.
So it'll be a free kick against Mike Pike. Let's have a look at this, Richo.
So the tackle's made, and he's saying that it was thrown out in the tackle. And I guess that's correct.
And this man has a point to prove as well, Jonathan Segler. He played 15 games last year, but was dropped on grand final day. He gets an opportunity for a small bit of redemption. You can see there, scored 3 goals from set shots this year. He lines up, kicks from about 48. And again, they can't kick their first goal in the first quarter.
Oh, McVeigh to Jetta. It's on. Every kick, there's something hanging on it. It's very slippery. Just a little dewy here tonight, Lingy. When the ball hits the deck, it's not bouncing high, is it?
No, it's not, BT. It is really cold down here, so that cold air's already made the grass quite dewy, as you mentioned. So a bit slippery, but at the moment, the Sydney Swans players handling it very well.
Rampy to Jack, great fist from Gunston there. On that occasion, Langford attacked and mauled by McLean, who's been all over everything tonight. Look at him trying to bully his way in here now. And a little one out the back door from Langwood. Didn't get to the boundary. Now Jetta, an opportunity to burn him off here. Gunston can't go with him. Jetta, a long ball forward. Here's an opportunity for Mike Pike. Hale did well. Took it off the pack and delivers wide. Off the bench. It's going to happen one time. Parker lined up Shields and just missed him. It's a matter of time before someone gets absolutely flattened in that very situation.
That was a near-death experience for Liam Shields there. Look, Parker had full frontal attack, and it was more good luck than good design that he got away with it. Here comes the Hawks again inside 50, and they just can't function their forward line, Rich, at the moment.
They haven't had a scoreless quarter since 2012, and that was against the Sydney Swans, so it doesn't happen very often. Jared Roughhead has now placed himself as the loose man in defence. He's gone, I've had enough of this. You can see him there on the left of your screen at the back. He's gone down there just to settle things down for this last few minutes.
What are you seeing, Lee, at ground level?
Richo's already nailed it perfectly. They pushed Jared Roughhead behind. It came from the bench just as a safety mechanism. They don't want to be scored against some more Hawthorn, and hopefully they'll just be able to control a little bit of possession, take a little bit of heat off as they go backwards here using Jared Roughhead, just so that Sydney can't keep their momentum going that they've got at the moment. That's what Hawthorn do so well. If the opposition's got momentum, they just halt it as quickly as they possibly can.
Hawks are the #1 offence in the league. They average 114 points. A goalless first quarter would be an amazing result for the Swans. Here's Tom Mitchell. Averaged over 30 possessions in the last 3 games. Mitchell really finding his feet. Parker, great effort.
Well, after Nat 5, I reckon he's just about the next best midfielder as far as marking over his head at the moment. He's a great mark.
Oh, he could have gone wide to Goods. He went back inside to McGlynn. Here comes Franklin on the lead. That one's ignored. So McGlynn wanting something a little deeper here. Now he goes wide. It's Goods again. He's got the break here. He'll mark.
The Schoenmaker's just had no body at all on Adam Goods there. He almost conceded that wide lead. I guess if you're going to guard something, guard the corridor, but gee, I reckon I'll be putting a bit more body onto a guy like this.
Adam Goods here. Just pops it up. Little one here looking for something. Weren't quite aware. Sydney players, they'll whip it away here. And now Isaac Smith. Back inside to Gibson. Gibson looks around. They just look a little confused when they're going forward here at the moment, Hawthorn. And Das, I just want to ask you the question. If you're Alistair Clarkson, what are you telling your forwards right now, do you reckon?
Just got to get some system back. They need to get their ability to use the ball short by foot and try and cut this Swans defence open. They've been unpredictable. They've gone high and long, which is not what the Hawks normally do. And go back to their structures, get Roughhead back in the goal square, get Gunston up and about in the footy, but at the moment they just can't get any system happening at all.
Gibson went back without fear. Buddy hasn't got one of those goals in amongst the 5 tonight just yet. Shown makers. There's time to score. 25 seconds, but you'd think the way the Swans are chasing tonight, it'll be turned over at some stage. The ball forward. Well done, Grundy.
One positive, BT, quickly, is Brian Lake has reappeared on the bench, strapped up and ready to get back out there. Will no doubt join back in after the quarter-time break.
Laidler quickly to Reed. I don't think they can score from here. A couple of seconds to go. What an outstanding quarter of football we have just witnessed. I know that Hawthorn have not scored a goal, but I'm telling you, I am absolutely telling you, that man will be back. Hawthorn will be back. Sydney are good. 5-1-31 to Hawthorn 4 behind. This game is electric.
This is a fight for the day, night, black and white, a victory dance, burning.